Hey guys, it's Elmo here. So today in this episode of Bike Talk, I want to talk about Maxxis tires. So today I'm going to try to answer most of your questions regarding the Maxxis tire, and hopefully it will help you in choosing your tire for your next ride. So let's have a look. So before we get into the technology of the tire, let's first have a look at the basic construction of a tire. So over here at the outer layer, this is our tread. The tread is made of rubber, and it has a pattern of grooves molded into the rubber to provide more grip. The layer beneath the tire tread is the casing. Tire casings are the foundation upon which the tread sits. Next, we have our tire bit. The function of the bit is to keep the tire in contact with the rim while the tire is inflated. This is the layer where you would normally find puncture protection technology installed into them. You would also find puncture protection at the side walls, especially on mountain bike tires. So first, let's talk about the tread. When we talk about the treads, normally we are talking about the tread pattern, the size of the knobs, and the spacing between them. So here you can see I have a few different models of tire. Every model, they have different tread pattern. Today we are not going to talk about the pattern of the tread. What we are going to talk about today is the size of the knobs and the spacing between them. I have Recon Race and Icon, and both of them, they have small knobs here, and you can see that the spacing between them are quite close together. Both of these are XC tires and trail tires. So what it does is that it offers faster rolling. It performs better on hard pack surface. Whereas here, you can see on these two other tires that I have here, I have the dissector here and the assegai here. So these tires are enduro / downhill tires, and you can see in comparison with the previous tires, the knobs are very high. It's huge, and the spacing between them are further apart. So this tire, it will provide more grip, it's heavier, and it will perform better on muddier or loose surface. So the general rule of thumb about tire is that the bigger the knobs are, the grippier it is. And as for the spacing of the knobs, if the space are further apart, the better is going to be able to clear mud, meaning it will perform better on muddier situations, whereas for tires with closer spacing, they will perform better on hard pack surface. Next, let's talk about tire casing. So tire casing is made out of nylon fabric. So I do not have nylon fabric on hand. I'll use this A4 paper as an example. So the construction of the tire casing in a tire is that they will take nylon fabric, they will fold it into two. So 1, 2, making it into 3 layers. So 1, 2, 3 of the same nylon fabric, and it will be folded like this. So this is how it looks like inside your tire. So this is where the wire bit will go, and the protection layer will go in between this nylon fabric. The tire casing is measured by TPI, also known as tread per inch. The lower the TPI is, the better the puncture resistance a tire is, but it's heavier. whereas higher TPI conforms to the terrain, offering a smoother ride and also reduce the weight of the tire. So different brands have different way of displaying their TPI ratings to the end user. You might see some tire, they have the rating of 330/3. So for Maxxis tire, as you can see here, it shows it's 170 TPI. So as I mentioned just now, the way nylon sheets are used in tires is that it is folded into a layer of 3. So 330/3 means that each layer is 110. So if you open it, the single sheet of nylon they use is 110 TPI. So in other words, 330/3 TPI also means that it is 110 TPI. 170 TPI also means that it is 510/3 TPI. As some of you may know, Maxxis offers double down on some of their tire casing. So what double down is, essentially it is 2 layers of casing. So instead of using 1 layer of 120 TPI nylon sheet, they will use 220 TPI nylon sheet and use it to make the casing of the tire. So it is thicker, it is more durable, but it is heavier as well. Lastly, let's talk about the puncture technology that Maxxis offers. First up, we have the silkworm. So silkworm is an exclusive material incorporated into the casing of selected tire models, increasing the puncture and tear resistance. It is featured under the tread as a breaker. Next, we have silk shield. So silk shield is the same material as silkworm. The difference is that silkworm can only be found under the tread, whereas silk shield is from bit to bit. So it provides protection not only to the tread but also to the sidewalls as well. Next up, we have K2 protection. K2 uses Kevlar as the material for the protection layer. So it is the same material that you can find in the army's helmet, vest, gloves. So it is very durable and it protects the tire from tear and puncture. Next up is Max Shield. So Max Shield is the combination of silkworm and K2 protection. Exo protection is mainly found on mountain bike tires. The material used for exo protection is extremely cut resistant, and it is added to the sidewalls of mountain bike tires. You can choose to have exo protection tires when you're riding on trails that are very rocky, where the chance of sidewall cuts is extremely high. Next, we have Exo Plus protection. So Exo Plus is the combination of silk shield and exo, providing protection from bit to bit and extra protection on the sidewalls. And last but not least, we have the double down. So double down, as we mentioned before, it is 2 layers of 120 TPI casing with extra piece of butyl rubber insert at the sidewalls. This extra piece of rubber protects the tire from pinch flap and also protect the rim from hard hits when riding on downhill occasions. Lastly, let's cover a little bit about the 3C triple compound that Maxxis offers. Maxxis offers 3 different configurations of triple compound mountain technology. They are Max Speed, Max Terra, and Max Grip. First up, we have Max Speed. Max Speed is used primarily in cross-country and enduro tires. The 2 compounds in the outer layer are specially formulated to reduce rolling resistance and optimize tread wear and traction. Next, we have Max Terra. Max Terra is softer and offers more traction than the Max Speed, yet it provides better tread wear and less rolling resistance than the Max Grip. So it's in the middle of max speed and max grip. Lastly, we have max grip. Max grip uses the softest rubber compound to offer the ultimate in grip and slow rebound properties for unparalleled traction in downhill applications. So there you have it. This is some of the most asked questions about Maxxis tires. If there is any other questions that are not answered in this video, please feel free to ask us in the comment section below, and we will try to answer all your questions in the next video. Thank you and have a nice day.